How many of you? 3 of you only. Okay. Shall we start now?
Miriam, can you see our slide?
Yes.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. We from Group 6. Today, we want to explain about the impact of social media used among UITM students. Okay, our group is, my name is Nur Hidayah binti Kamil Alis Lajuddin, and then Nur Shakila Tuliana binti Rasid, and then Nur Hanana Naziha. First is background. Social media is a platform for people to connect in virtual communities and network. Social media can be divided into several categories such as first is social networking, and then media sharing, microblogging, blogs, and social bookmaking. Okay, for the social networking is to allow individuals to connect with each other using website and web-based application like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter. And then next is media sharing. Media sharing is a website that enable users to save and share their multimedia files with others like photo, video, and music. Next is microblogging. It is a combination of blogging and instant messaging that allows user to create short messages to be posted and shared with audience online, like Twitter. Next is blogs. It is online journal or information website. Okay, social bookmaking is for people to store, organize, search, and manage bookmarks of website or use users safe link to website that they like. And then beside that, this platform an invaluable tool in education and communication for students. And then it makes students easy to access information and communicate. Next is
Next, I will present about the problem statement. Um, as we know, since the growth of internet technology, the use of social media has increased dramatically. So, according to George and Delasage, 2000, 2011, student frequency uh, exposed to social media platform. Um, uh, Students can improve their learning possibilities, stimulate collaborative uh, and group discussion. Uh, they also can use social media to talk actively, share the content, and students also can learn about online using desktop such as computer, laptop, a tablet, and smartphone. Uh, Students also can use media social to gain information. Net is students spend expensive time in the use of various social media sites. Instead, students were exposed to social media networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and so on, um, much more daily. Third is some of the students do not utilize social media for academic reason. Uh, this is because they use the media social uh, to enjoy social networking. Uh, so it is appear to harm their study time. The last one is the study we have to understand the role of social media on student, explore more thing about the relationship between the student and social media, and social media impact on student. Next.
Okay, for the objective, the main purpose of this study, we want to find out whether the social media bring positive or negative impacts on students. Specifically, we want to identify the purpose of usage of social media among UITM students. Next, we want to identify the average time spent on social media among UITM students. And lastly, we want to investigate the impacts of social media on the academic performance of UITM students. Next. For the significance of study, um, since this study consists of collecting information about the social media usage and the impacts on students, this may help the student to be more aware of using social media while studying. It also assist the students in effectively incorporating social media into learning activities without affecting their academic performance. And lastly, we hope that students can manage their time better in using social media. Next. For the limitation of the study, firstly, the study is limited to the study of social media use among UITM students who use social media only. Due to the current situations, we are unable to reach the students face to face, and we can help them to understand the questionnaire which confusing them. And lastly, the finding cannot be attributed to all UTM students since the sample size of the study is small. Next. For the literature review, the first is purpose of usage of social media. Um, I have found several of studies that which I can be concluded that there are two types of the main purpose why students use social media. Firstly, for academic purpose, such as they use it for assemble information into learning and research. Next, to generate ideas and resource exchange, such as notes and lectures. By this purpose, this can help the students learn more effectively and also can perform well academically. Next, others studies said students use for non-academic purpose, such as for socializing, for example, chat with their friends, family, lecturers, share photos or videos. Um, Next is entertainment, such as watching movies, play games, and many more. These types of activities will cause the students addict to use social media, disruptions to their learning seasons, and also their sleep time. This also will make the students to be antisocial. Next.
Net is time spent on media social among students. Uh, First is uh, students spend
Shakila.
What
Unmute.
happened?
Ca- oh my god, sorry, line slow.
Lagging, is it?
Uh, mm,
All right, before you proceed, may I know where did you get all this info?
From several of studies. Uh,
Yep.
we 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 have report. We have um, conclude it into reports. Our reports.
Okay, so these will be under your literature review, right? You have purpose, you have
Yes.
time spent on social media and also the impact of social media.
Yes.
Okay, so basically you cannot just list like this. You have to quote because these are not from your point of view. You get what I
Okay.
mean? Okay,
Yes.
like this one's spent during classes, time spent during classes. All right, the usage of social media by university students has reached on all time high, witnessing an exchange of idea, resources, and gaining information, sharing of data and ideas. These are not your points. Okay, you took it from the other research. Okay, so you have to quote according to whom in 2018 example. So then barulah you can proceed with this point. Okay, you cannot simply write like this, spend before going back. Who said this? Okay.
Okay.
All right, I need to check your proposal. In your proposal also, you have to quote.
Yes.
Okay,
In
cite.
proposal, we have cite it.
You have cited. Okay.
Hmm.
Who should present this part?
Shakila.
sorry, line slow.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Net is literal review about time spent on social media among students. First is they spend media social during classes. Uh, um, Students are currently witnessing an exchange of ideas, resource, and mean of gaining information. So through the creation of high quality video network, social media has also allowed the sharing of data and ideas. According to Pairing and Jen, 2018, uh, student has claimed they would de- dedicate more time to schoolwork and online research than to social media. Um, Student use the media social during classes to uh, online research and completing homework. Net is time spent on media social uh, of the student before going back. Um, um, Based on a study by Nagel, Remelet, and Arkin in 2018, a big proportion of students use to spend their night before going back on media social. This is because this is because um, they not have uh, to opportunity to utilize their favorite social media throughout the day. They are not encouraged to use social media for anything other than finding information pertinent to classes. So uh, they choose to use social media before going back. Next.
Okay, next is impact of social media on the academic performance of students. For the positive impact is first is help learning process. For example, is to communicate effectively with classmates and lecturer to research university related information and to obtain other necessary information as is this case now we are going through online learning. Next is new skill and knowledge. Media social helps students to improve and acquire new skill and knowledge. The negative impact is impact on student performance. This can affect to academic performance. It is because continue downward in the grades of students. The second impact is on student health. I have found that effect to mental health such as their emotional, psychology and social being will be impact. Other than that, it can lead depression and anxiety. The last impact is on students' sleep schedule. It can excessive social media use will reduce duration since they delay their bedtime. Okay. For the next is methodology. For our respondent is 50 students of UiTM Shah Alam who had experience using social media. For the instrument is we use online questionnaire survey that have two major type of question that is nominal type and literate type. And then they have three sections. This is section A, B, and C. For the section A, demography information like gender, age, educational level, and GPA. For section B is use of social media, like use of social media, most social media platform use, and when or how much they spend time on social media. Section C is impact of social media on the student. Uh, for example, like advantage, the disadvantage, or academic performance. Next is data collection. We it's distributed via social media platform like WhatsApp and Telegram, and then we collect by Google Form. Last is data analysis. We will be analysis in the form of frequency, percentage, and check. That's all.
You have done?
These are our reference.
Okay. Okay, questions from the audience? Okay, my question is what the difference between nominal and Likert type, yeah? This is for your
Nominal
instrument.
nominal like we want the answer yes or no. The like it, there are five types of answer like agree, don't agree, and others.
Okay, thank you very much. Who answered just now? Hanana, is it?
Yes.
Mm, okay, like I commented just now, literature review, you have to make, please be careful with the literature review, yeah?
Mm.
Frequent students do not utilize, any question from the floor? The rest, I think, okay, except for your literature review only. Any question from the floor? From the audience? Lawrence, any question, Lawrence?
No, Miss.
Siti No Amira?
No, madam.
Okay, thank you very much, group 6. Is it? Okay, thank you very much, group 6. Shall we
Okay,
continue
madam.
with last group for this week, which is group 7?
Thank you, madam.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, madam.
Group 7, you have not shared your um, evaluation form. We have received your slide, but not the evaluation form. Thank you, Amira. Turn on your camera. Are you guys ready, 4 of you? We have
Yes,
only
madam.
4, right?
Yes,
Yes.
madam.
No, it should be 5.
5.
Click down.
Yeah.
Sharafina,
Sharafina?
maybe her line is slow.
We shall wait for her, okay?
Okay, madam.
Can you all see the slide?
Yeah, anyone can share the slide first. Start presenting.
Yes.
Sharafina is here or not yet?
Not yet, madam.
Maybe her line is slow.
She was here just now.
Mm,
Oh, you're not sure.
I'm
Not,
not sure,
not
madam.
sure.
Can you call her?
Madam, okay, okay.
Give a call. The rest, please listen carefully to your friend's presentation. And when I call your name after this, please ask a question. Sharafina, please turn on your camera.
Can we start, madam?
But we don't know the status of Sharafina.
Oh, okay, okay.
She's
She
here.
already, yeah, already in here.
Please respond, Sharafina. Are you here?
Yes, I hear, madam.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, you guys may start now.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to respective lecturer, Madam Adibah and my friend. Today we show about sleep deprivation in UiTM student. Next slide. Okay, first slide I will show you about introduction background of study. The definition by lack of sleep refers to getting less than the need amount of sleep, which is the range for adults is from 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Lack of sleep can affect how we think and feel, while the short-term impact are more noticeable, but if this habit is done regular, it can increase the long-term risk of physical and mental health problems. A National Institute of Health report the prevalence among college students of what labels daytime sleepiness. The NIH report state that more than 70% of college students say they get less than 8 hours of sleep a day night. 60% of college students say they are dragging tired or sleepy at least 3 days a week. More than 80% of college students say loss of sleep negatively affect their academic performance. A sleepy, fatigued person is accident prone, judgment impaired, and more likely to make mistakes and bad decisions. Staying awake for 24 hours leads to a reduced hand to eye coordination that is similar to having a blood alcohol content of 0.1. This is why sleep deprivation contributes to road accident and work injuries. Symptoms of sleep deprivation in adults include constant yawning, the tendency to doze off when not active, sleepy, grogginess explained all the long, poor concentration and mood change. That's all for me. To the next slide.
Okay, next is problem statement. Part A, we discuss about the goal. The goal we discuss first to make student have to patient and energy to learn. This is because student who have the passion and energy to learn will find it easy to understand what is being learned. The second step is making students more active in the classroom. With this goal, students will focus during the learning session and will indirectly improve their communication. Lastly is to make students more focused while learning. This is because students will not feel bored and feel sleepy in class and get more important information faster and easier. Next, part B. Mir open mic.
Sorry. The part B is the problem causing student got sleep depression is made because the students spend time to watch television, such as they see the sport match like football, and then they watch the drama and film until they not think to sleep early, uh, and then they uh, they also spend a lot of time to phone, to play game and watch social media. And the next problem is might they are doing the assignment. Uh, uh, the assignment they are doing because they do not have enough time to prepare early, so that the assignment become dumpy and they do last minute. This is because they cannot sleep early to prepare the uh, many assignment. Um, however, uh, they also got problem when they are working part time because they support family, uh, and they, their family helping parents in house, and because they are cannot do assignment early, so that they are sleep late and got sleep depression. Next, the part C. Firdaus, part C.
Firdaus, you have to unmute your microphone.
Oh, okay. Can anyone hear me? Part C, the consequences. The consequences of not getting enough sleep as per suggestion of National Sleep Foundation. Uh, National Sleep Foundation has made the hours of suggestion or time to sleep based on someone age. or their gender. For example, male need more sleep than female. Well, about teenager from the age 20 to 25, they need at least 8 hours of sleep. Too little or too much of sleep can affect our body indirectly in due time. To cope with this problem, we must take a few measurements. For instance, set up the right time to sleep. We are suggested to avoid the use of any electronic device 1 hour before we sleep, as to make our sleep more effective, because they are the light from the screen can affect our sleep. 3. Seek medical attention or advice. If you are having any trouble to fall asleep, or you always have sleep too much without your consent, then you may seek someone with a medical right. Next,
The objective of study, first, to identify the impact of sleep depression on students. Next, to find out the reason that students having problem causing late night. And last, to find out a way to overcome their problem.
Okay, for the significance of study, this study aims to identify the cause of sleep deprivation among UiTM students, because most of those who suffer from sleep deprivation are from among the students. Usually, the student will complete the assignment given by the lecturer. In addition, there are also students who do things other than playing video games or doing part-time work to earn more money to cover their study. Next, give advice and effect steps to get enough sleep. Provide effective measures to students with sleep deprivation to help students get enough sleep. Through this study, it is hoped that students can manage their time and daily life in order to prevent them from getting less sleep time in daily life. Next slide.
Next is methodology. First, for the research instrument, uh, it was given to a student who was experiencing insufficient sleep, and for there is four section in this questionnaire. The first section is to identify the background of the respondent. The second section is identify the impact of sleep deprivation on student. And the third section is asking about the reason. And the last section is to find out a way to overcome the problem. And for the research respondent, we found 7 respondents who are still students, and there are 2 male and 5 female. The respondent is a student of UiTM Selangor from semester 3 and from various faculty. And for the data collection procedure, the questionnaire were only given to those who had sleep deprivation to ensure that the data collect could be used in completing this research. And it is distributed during peak time, such as after 6 p.m. and will be given in Google Form. And for the data analysis method, the data will be summarized in very easy way to understand, such like graph and chart. Next.
Next is limited of study. For the limit of the study, we have seven respondent only because this form limited on the respondent on the Google form. The link will share to only 2 until 3 group. Did not enough attention for other to answer and an interest topic to discuss or to think about. The next is lack of awareness of how sleep deprivation can affect their life. Some did not understand the importance of getting enough sleep, and sleep deprivation are considered normal in the college student community.
For the recommendation, we can do a timetable. Having a plan for a day is very important as it helps us to maximize and priorities on things that urgency and importance. Second, we should not neglect bedtime, and we can go to sleep between 10 p.m. until 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And the last is make sure get enough sleep every day. 6 to 8 hours sleep every day. Next.
The conclusion. Based on our respondent response, we can conclude that majority of our respondents are facing sleep deprivation issues. Sleep deprivation can affect our brain to creatively complete any task given. From the lack of sleep, we also suffer from chronic disease such as heart attack at an early age. Sleep deprivation can also affect mental health and also deeply connected to the very emotion itself. For example, one prone to suffer from negative emotion or had a bad mood from simply someone just make a small mistake that normal people would not be angry about. As we all inform, someone with that state of health, mental health, cannot make any decision or judgment. The sleep deprivation also have a have a thing to do with the health of the one who suffer from it. However, the problem would not occur immediately as they usually come to take place as we age. Finally, we must take care of our own body as we are the one who can decide that. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, class, I think you have done this. Okay, no more, is it? Okay,
Yes.
can some of you explain what is proposal? What do you understand with proposal? Because the way you presented just now, it looks like you have distributed your questionnaire. Even in your methodology also, you mix past tense and future tense. I think you misunderstood this. Explain, class. For five of you, there's mark for your for the Q&A session. Can you
Uh,
show again the methodology? Yes, Lawrence.
uh, Maybe the proposal is present. Present.
Proposal is present. If you see here, was given to a student. Is a singular and a students is plural and then was given. means something that has happened. Okay, was experiencing insufficient sleep. There is 4 sections. Should be as here. There are 4 sections. Please be careful with the grammar also, yeah. Okay, so methodology, basically you have to write in future tense because you did not distribute your questionnaire yet. Okay. Example for the research instrument, um, a set of questionnaire will be given, not was given, will be given to a group of people or a group of respondents. Example, okay. What else? Distributed during peak time. This one also past tense. And then suddenly you use future tense, will be given. And then the data will be summarized in every easy way to understand, such as graph and chart. Not graph and chart. I know that you are going to use graph and chart, but please check again how you are going to analyze the data. Okay, either you want to use SPSS or you want to use percentage. Basically, you use percentage only. Okay. Next, after methodology, next slide. Okay, this is the limitation. Next slide. Okay, recommendations and conclusion also shouldn't be able to be put in your proposal. Okay, in your report, yes, you can put your recommendation and conclusion in your report. Open again your first slide. Introduction, is it?
Yes.
Okay, introduction, I haven't seen yours, but based on your presentation just now, I think it should be okay because you relate to your topic. Okay, you give some introduction, introductory uh, of what is sleep deprivation is all about, and then you relate with the college students. Okay, next slide. Problem statement, I really hope that you understand this. What is part A, B, and C is all about. Okay, next. Okay, these are the 3 objectives. Please check also sentence structure to find out ways, not a way. Okay, you need to find ways by asking the questions later in your questionnaire. Next, impacts also with S and reasons also with S. This one, the significance of the study, you cannot focus on one. Okay, you have to think about other significance. You need to provide at least 2 or 3 significance of the study. Like this one, you just focus on UITM students. How about the researchers? How about those who read your research? So you can add more in your significance of the study. Next. Okay, I think I'm done. Any question from the audience? Shamini Afika, do you have any question?
No, madam.
I will deduct your mark, Shamini. Zalina?
Um, about the methodology,
Okay.
um, we said we need to use present tense,
Future tense, my dear.
future tense.
Future tense for your proposal. Proposal ni, dia lebih kurang macam you punya plan. Okay? Exactly like your plan. You plan everything because you have not done it yet. Okay, you plan to distribute questionnaire, you plan to create a questionnaire, you plan to find this kind of respondents. It's a planning. You have not done it yet. That's why you have to use and write it in future tense. You tak distribute pun lagi questionnaire. You tak buat pun lagi you punya questionnaire. That's why you have to
Oh,
use future tense.
I see.
Something in future. Sebab you tak buat lagi, you tak distribute lagi, you tak create lagi your questionnaire. That's why you have to write your methodology in future tense for your proposal. But later in your report, barulah you change from from future tense to past tense because you have done it. You dah distribute, you dah collect data, you dah ada questionnaire. That's why you have to write in past tense when you write your report letter. And in your report pun, in terms of this part, your methodology, you have to write in details. You kena cerita lagi details, how many questions, what kind of questions, okay, what else, how many sections in your questionnaires. Barulah you boleh cerita in details your methodology in your report because you have done. You dah siap semua. You dah siap your questionnaire, you dah distribute, you dah dapat data, you dah collect semua balik questionnaire from your respondents. Then you want to report. Sebab tu you kena guna past tense. Okay?
Okay, understand, madam.
But Zalina, question to your friends, not to me.
Madam,
Yes,
I have a
Dusty.
question to ask
Yes, Dusty.
to our presenter. For the research respondent, is it enough to only have 7 respondents? Is it enough for you to do your finding letter? That's my question.
That's a good question, Dusty. I also would like to ask the same question. Why you choose 7?
Actually, we don't. The respondent didn't give us back ed, the respondent didn't respond. One,
We do not receive enough feedback.
It means that you have distributed ke? Your questionnaire. You dah share?
Yes, madam.
yeah, madam.
Masya Allah. I haven't checked your questionnaire. And at least you have to distribute like 50 students or 30 to 50 students. I think 50 lah. Because this is what we call it Google form. So you have to find 50 respondents. Who are they? They are UiTM Selangor, semester 3. Are you being specific? They are from which faculty?
No, various faculty.
Okay, so you distribute it randomly. So you go and find 50 respondents, but not yet. I haven't checked your questionnaire. So hold on. Do not distribute yet. Okay?
Okay, madam.
So class,
Thank you.
basically for proposal, you just need to focus on your introduction, your objective, your problem statement, what else? Limitation, significance, literature review, and also methodology only. Okay, do not worry with what we call it other sections which are questionnaire, findings, what else? Discussion, conclusion, because we haven't done it yet. Okay, I'm going to explain to you later after we have done your presentation. Then barulah we will continue with questionnaire. Okay. Any more question from the audience?
Wait, I want to ask.
Yes, Alina.
Just now, Dusty asked about the respondents, 7 respondents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the limitation of study, they stated that the link was shared to only 2 until 3 groups. So, these 3 groups, you can only collect 7 respondents. This question is to presenters. How come there's only
Because
7 if we shared to 3 groups?
because we don't share the question. We share
And I'm sorry. And you also stated that you share it during peak hours, right?
Okay, this one, the link was shared to only 2 to 3 groups. This one also ambiguous because how many of them? How do you define group? Are they from different classes or different gender or different semester? It's not clearly stated there. And how many of them in each group? And why you divide them into groups? So you have to be careful. That's why you don't have to mention group. Okay, you just mention how many of them, how many your respondents, like 50 respondents. It's possible to get 7 responses only, my dear. But um, you always need to remind them to answer your questionnaire. Give them time. Let's say 2 days or 3 days to complete answering your questionnaire. Okay, let's say you send one set of questionnaire to another class. Yours is A and B. Maybe you send it to group C. Okay, and you know how many of them. Always remind them. At least, let's say, if they have 30 of them, make sure that you get 25 responses or feedback. All right. And like your friends asked just now regarding peak hour. Okay, why you send during peak hour? You also need to justify why you give them during peak hour. Where is it? This one. Peak time such as after 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is peak time ke?
Yes. After
Because
the student done with their class.
is it peak time? I think you don't have anything to do. You have done with all your classes. Okay, so I think what you can do is maybe you redo everything under this section collection procedure here instead of stating peak time. Maybe you can change to you give them like 2 or 3 days to complete answering your Google form or your questionnaire. Okay, give them time and always remind them. Text them personally. Have you done? Could you please help me? Could you please help our group to help us to answer our questionnaire? Okay, that's why when you send your questionnaire letter, you need to have introductory part also. So please sabar ya, please be patient. We will discuss in details regarding your questionnaire after we have done with the presentation. Okay. Okay. All right. So perhaps you can do the amendments or corrections before you send me your proposal. I still give time for you to edit your proposal before you send it to me. Okay? Yes,
Okay,
Firdaus?
madam.
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
madam.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you very
madam.
much. Group 7.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
So guys, I think that's all because we only have 3 groups today. So next week, we will proceed with the other 4 groups. Next week, no excuse, yeah? Yeah. I really hope that all of you have signed the attendance. It's already 12. Okay. So
Okay.
that's all for today, everyone. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys
Thank
next
you,
week,
madam.
inshallah. Okay.
Thank you,
Okay, madam.
madam.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you,
Most
madam.
welcome.
Thank you.